Let's make some ballet style sneakers. I was inspired by a young lady on Instagram and decided I'm going to make me some. I chose a Nike Pacific sneaker. I like the shape and the gum sole. The toe box wasn't too long, it was like the perfect length. So for tools, I use satin bias tape, a box cutter, a seam gauge, extra long shoelaces, elastic tape for the loops, an X-Acto knife, and clear shoe cement. I removed the tongue with the box cutter. I went a bit beyond the start of the tongue. I prepped my bias binding for sewing. I stitched on the loops for the laces. At this point, it's time to glue. So I prepared my table for protection and I pulled out the glue. I used a brush. The glue comes with the brush, but I didn't like it. I actually placed the bias binding before actually gluing it down to make sure it's where I want it to be. And then I got to gluing. And one thing I noticed whenever I made an error, you need some acetone on hand so that if you make an error, you can remove that glue because it's so thick, it can get real messy. So keep you some acetone, 100% acetone on deck. Another thing that really helped me out during this process was the iron. I used the iron to shape and curve my bias tape because otherwise it's just straight. So I curved it, curved it, pressed it into the shape that the opening that I cut out was. That helped me to insert the tape a little bit easier. I didn't have any sewing clips and I wasn't buying there. So I used these binder clips. I used what I had to get what I want. The shoe cement that I use recommended that you let the shoes sit for at least 24 to 48 hours for the glue to set. So I went with 24 hours. Now it's time for the shoelaces. Couldn't decide if I wanted to do just white or just black. Did both. Here are the final results and how I styled them. Would you wear these and how would you style them? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to follow for more fashion content.